are so excited for the launch of Revival Today Church. We know some of you are moving, we know some of you are interested in moving, and we want you to know we put a special package together just for you. What I want you to do is go to revivaltoday.com/moving. Fill out that form, and then once we get that form, we'll send you a special package that's full of resources to help you get to know Pittsburgh. We're so excited. We know you are so excited, and we can't wait to see you at Revival Today Church.
Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as Dallas and I are here to announce our next big move, biggest move we've ever made for Revival Today. Behind me is a building that will look nothing like it looks right now when we finish. We're on just under 5 acres of property that we've just finished purchasing, which is going to give us the ability to have a state-of-the-art studio. And in that studio, something I've wanted to have for a long time, which is a live studio audience. It's going to be a 500-seat building when we finish with it that'll give us the ability to touch the world with our broadcast. This facility is going to give me the ability to do what I've really missed, which is having you in the audience to minister to personally. Obviously, you can't beat the reach of digital media. We touch the whole world every day, but we have the ability now with this to lay hands on people, pray for people that are sick, a place where you can bring people that are drug addicted, demonized, and really give them the ministry that you can't get on YouTube and Facebook. I can't wait. And then beyond that, we're going to announce the launch of Revival Today Church. We're going to hold Holy Ghost church services every Sunday morning. I'll be there most Sunday mornings. This isn't going to be like some little side project. We're going to give you and your family a place you can go that's a soul-winning church that values the presence of God, where you can get prayed for and ministered to, where there's not a critical race theory lecture or a masks and social distancing 10 minutes of no talking to anybody in the lobby. None of that. We're going to have a place where you're free and where you're free to experience the presence of God.
I'm incredibly excited because I know a lot of you have been asking about different meetings and events that we couldn't have during COVID, and trust me, we tried so hard. So this really frees us up to do everything that we want to do with healing meetings and women's conferences. So I am so looking forward to seeing you and having you be a part of this.
So I want to give you a twofold call to action. Number one, if your church turned in to a liberal nightmare in 2020 and you need a place to go, I would be happy to have you at our church. Number two, if you are a partner or a friend of our ministry, Revival Today, this is the biggest move by far we've ever made. By the time we finish remodeling that building, the acquiring of the property, you're looking at a couple of M's. So if you would stand with us now, I'll say thank you ahead of time. Pray and ask the Holy Ghost what He would have you to do. You've been so generous, and I thank you ahead of time for your extreme generosity. I know I speak on behalf of my wife, everybody here at Revival Today, when I say we love you very much. And now I can say I look forward to seeing you face to face here at the new home of Revival Today.
Hey.
It's that simple.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Check the Market. Wow is right. Morning, Mike from Virginia Beach, Charles, Frank, Christophorus, Finally got some coffee again. Toasted coconut crunch. That actually sounds delicious. Ninja Buddha. Good morning, good morning. Markets were up yesterday. They were up nicely. Yeah! Yeah, right. Hope everybody made some money or made some of their losses back from the day before. What was that, Tuesday? Today's Thursday. Toasted caramel crunch. I think I'd prefer the toasted coconut caramel. Oh. Good morning, D&D Investments. Kenny, Justin, Patrick from Boston. We got a new shirt. Stay tuned. It's a great one. Stay tuned, everybody. Sunshine State Paul. Numanize from California. Do I drive a convertible? I do not drive a convertible. I think the only convertible I'd ever drive would be a Ferrari 250 GTO. Like the one in, oh man, what's that movie called? No. Somebody help me. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The red Ferrari 250, the like 60s GTO. Man, that would be the only convertible that I would drive. Oh, is it because of my hair? Oklahoma. There we go. Look at that. In my opinion, one of the most beautiful Ferraris ever made. Right? It does look, yeah, a little bit. But that's vintage Ferrari right there. So that one, and then there's the Ferrari Testarossa, which in my opinion is also one of the most beautiful Ferraris ever made. Probably because I grew up during that time period. Dutch Brothers. Yeah, let's check out Dutch Brothers, see where they're at. Oh, and the markets are open. Ding, 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 ding. And I'm proud. See where that's at. Up again today. 250 points on the Dow. 22 points on the S&P 500. 70 on the NASDAQ. It looks like the losses from Tuesday should almost be made up at this point. So yeah, everything looks green today. Oil is up, natural gas is up, which is not a good thing because natural gas has been skyrocketing lately. Bitcoin is up too. We should look at that. Let's take a look at bros first. Then we'll take a look at cryptocurrencies. Dutch Brothers up again 2.4%, $52 a share. Dutch Brothers doing good. If there's a dip in that stock, I'll probably get in. Good morning, Atisha. Welcome, welcome. Thursday vibes. AMC to accept DOGE, and futures are up, and now the market is up. Let's take a look at cryptocurrencies before we move on. And get into some news, economics, whatever else is going on. XRP, 98. Man, almost back to $1. Nice. Who bought the dip in crypto? Kramer says sell crypto. We'll get into that in a little bit. The 30 years up 0.7%. I didn't look at the treasuries. Let me take a look at that. We are dip buyers. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for a shirt that we have today. All right, let's get into it. Everything's looking up today. Crypto, everything. Everything's up. So good start to the day. Let's see the first article. Fed tees up taper and signals rate rises possible next year. So yesterday we had the Fed meeting at 2:30. Jerome Powell gave a press conference. They had a press release. Central bank officials prepared to reverse pandemic stimulus programs as soon as November. New projections showed half of 18 officials expected to raise interest rates by the end of 22. We'll see. Let's see the article. Yeah, BlackBerry's going back up too. How much is BlackBerry up right now? I saw that they were cruising because they had an earnings beat. All our friends on Wall Street bets are going to be happy, especially those who are still holding it. 9%, wow. Not bad, not bad. Still down from January highs of $25 a share. But we'll get back there. BlackBerry to the moon. The Fed's rate-setting committee at the end of a two-day gathering indicated in its post-meeting statement Wednesday that it could start to reduce or taper its $120 billion in monthly asset purchases as soon as its next scheduled meeting. The purpose of that language is to put notice out that could come as soon as the next meeting. No, really. Mr. Powell said officials hadn't made a formal decision on how quickly to reduce purchases, but most agreed that a gradual process that concludes around the middle of next year is likely to be appropriate. Continue. Major U.S. indexes soared to intraday highs following the central bank's statement, and they're up again today. Oh yeah, Dow Jones is cruising right now. Dow Jones up 277 points, getting close to 1%. The blue chip index was up 338 points or 1% at the close of trading. In the bond market, the yield on the 10-year Treasury note ticked up to 1.332%, up from 1.323 on Tuesday. New projections at the end of the Fed's two-day policy meeting showed half of 18 officials expect to raise interest rates by the end of 22. In June, just 7 officials anticipated that, with most instead penciling in a rate increases in 2023. Continue. I came away thinking the Federal Reserve officials are somewhat more concerned about elevated risks of inflation, and they see the possibility that inflation could be a little more persistent. I thought it was transitory. You saw a very consistent view across the committee that we really need to manage inflation risk, and therefore we may need to hike sooner than expected. And continue. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Fed officials laid out a 3-part test to raise interest rates 1 year ago that would require inflation to reach 2% and be on course to exceed that while the labor market returns to levels consistent with maximum employment. Continue. In December, officials said they would buy bonds at the current pace until the economy had made substantial further progress toward their goal of reversing a shortfall, then around 10 million jobs since the start of the pandemic, and moving inflation back to their 2% goal over time. The Fed's asset portfolio has doubled to $8.4 trillion from $4.2 trillion in February of 2020. My goodness. Mr. Powell had already indicated last month that most officials thought they had met their inflation progress test for tapering asset purchases, leaving the employment shortfall as the remaining hurdle. The economy has added around 4.7 million jobs this year through August, closing not quite half of the shortfall that existed in December, and the unemployment rate has fallen to 5.2% in August from 6.7% in December. Officials will see one more monthly employment report before their next meeting. Continue. We can go to the next article. So we'll see what happens with the Fed there. Iron ore prices buckle as Evergrande adds to China concerns. The commodity price has fallen more than 50% since mid-July. A couple of days ago, I mentioned ArcelorMittal the mining company or the iron ore company, I would wait a little bit on that one before buying into it, because it's still going down. But I think we'll see. We should see a bottom soon there in the iron ore prices, and then it'll be a good time to buy a couple of those companies. Let's see the article. The crisis engulfing property developer China Evergrande Group is causing iron ore prices to buckle as investors worry that pressures on China's huge property market will translate to lower appetite for steel. Evergrande's difficulties are most visible sign of the worsening climate for Chinese real estate companies, and economic data point to a broader malaise in the sector, with home sales value contracting nearly 20% year over year in August, and construction starts down this year. The price of iron ore, the world's second most traded commodity after crude oil, has fallen more than 50% since mid-July. Concerns about Evergrande and its peers have combined with the slowdown in steel production in China that some analysts think could last until early next year. China makes more than half of the world's steel. Good morning, Sandra. Welcome to Check the Market. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is where we check the market, stocks, economics, taxes, everything. Continue. Iron ore price fell to 94 a metric ton on Monday, its lowest level in 14 months, according to S&P Global Platts, which publishes daily prices. The commodity was traded above 233 a ton as recently as May, bounced to 107.55 a ton on Wednesday, after Evergrande resolved an interest obligation on yuan-denominated bonds, also coming due that day. So Evergrande looked like they made their interest payment, which is good. Anyone know why there's no chicken in the store? I've been asking myself the same question. What is happening? Why? Al Gore boasting that China is helping to cut off foreign revenue that has been going to American coal companies. What a horrible human being. Climate change, yeah. I'm not sure what's going on with that, though. There was another hack on a chicken, poultry, whatever farming company, and that's what that might be a reason why. But yeah, I mean it's crazy what's going on there. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I'm not a big conspiracy theory guy. But I'm starting to believe there's some sort of conspiracy going on, because it's crazy. You can't say demand is the cause for it. I'm sure he didn't say it like that, but he probably meant it like that. Yeah, we got problems when they're holding chickens hostage. All right, next. Justin works in the poultry industry. So what's going on? Is there a shortage of chicken? Is that for real, or what? What's happening? We can go to the next article. Next article. New platform backed by Fidelity Goldman Sachs seeks to bring IPO market into digital world. So I thought this was really interesting. I didn't know that the IPO market was still working on 1970s Wall Street style. Capital Markets Gateway looks to transform business long accustomed to phone calls and pieces of paper. Continue. A new technology platform backed by the biggest U.S. banks and money managers aiming to bring the IPO markets into the 21st century The syndicate desk, a longtime fixture at banks across Wall Street where IPOs and other large stock sales are priced and allocated to investors, has long clung to traditional ways of doing business, like phone orders and scribbled pieces of paper. That's crazy, even as other businesses go digital. Capital Markets Gateway LLC has set out to change that, backed by Franklin Templeton, Fidelity, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, among others. CMG was launched in 2017 by former bankers at Robert W. Baird & Company. Continue. Its platform currently provides data and analytics on follow-on stock sales, block trades, and initial public offerings, as well as a list of who the underwriters are for each offering. Later this year, the firm plans to expand its offering to enable investors to place orders for IPOs and other equity capital market deals on the computer rather than doing so verbally over the phone. Man, welcome to the 21st century, everybody. According to Chief Executive and co-founder Greg Ingram, who previously ran ECM at Baird. When the system is up and running, buy-side firms, of which nearly 100 are signed up, will be able to see what deals are pricing when and what the terms are, and digitally enter their orders with lead bankers so long as they have an existing relationship with them. Continue. Higher gas prices and shortage of truckers cost processing more to produce LNG. I see. Yeah, the trucking thing, that is a real problem. I was at a gas station in Florida, and the guy was there was some guy there unloading a truck with like drinks or whatever, snacks, whatever they have at gas stations, and the owner of the gas station was really upset. And so obviously curiosity kicked in, and I had to listen to what they were saying. And he was saying that he was like, the reason why you're not getting everything that you asked for is because we have such a shortage of drivers. That's just for northern states. Man. Yeah, so he was saying that that's the reason why they weren't getting anything. And that's probably the reason why when I went to Sheetz the other night, there wasn't, any drinks in the fridges. Just crazy. I've never seen that before. I thought there was a hurricane coming or something. Parts for the trucks too. Yeah, that makes sense. Most of those parts are made in China, and they're still shutting down like whole factories. Crazy. So the trucking industry need to do some more hiring. Once Yeah, that is true. Once IPOs and other offerings are priced, instead of waiting until the following morning to learn via phone call if they received any allocation, fund managers can find out electronically that same evening. Man, what a change. They can also see over the platform a breakdown of commissions owed. Over the last year or so, Goldman, Morgan Stanley, and others have launched their own direct order entry systems to facilitate some IPOs, but they are bank specific. Whether the new platform works, and perhaps a bigger if, whether IPO market players will ultimately prove willing to change the way they've done business for years, remains to be seen. But everyone agrees the system is ripe for improvement. So good job bringing the IPO market into the 21st century. No longer phone and paper, but they might be ordering less paper, so that'll obviously affect Staples and WB Mason. Waiting for a water pump 1 month for a new truck. Man. Yeah, I mean it is looking like that. I mean, it's becoming hard for me to come up with legitimate excuses for what's going on. And I'm not a big fan of conspiracy theories. I want to see proof. Because if I can't like logically go through it, then if it doesn't make sense to me, then, you know. Dow Jones up over 400 points at this point. S&P over 1% too, and the Nasdaq is trailing, but it's also up 0.72%. Next. BlackBerry, Lucid, Nike. What to watch when the stock market opens today. BlackBerry we already saw was up over 10%. Let's see where Lucid is. LCID. I'm looking for a good... I heard that, Nick. Oh, Brennan. Lucid is down a little bit. I might get into that company at some point here. We can go to the next article. Market already opened. Bitcoin rises as Dutch football club PSV announces support. So PSV Eindhoven announced support for Bitcoin. Let's see the article. Cryptocurrencies were back up on Thursday after being hammered in the past week as acceptance by Main Street companies continues. Prominent Dutch football club PSV said that it had signed a partnership with Bitcoin exchange Anycoin Direct. PSV will be the first major football club in the EU to have an entire sponsorship paid in Bitcoin. Frans Janssen, commercial director at PSV, added that the possibilities and the future that the world of cryptocurrencies offers is very promising. We are always innovating. Cryptocurrency fits well into this picture. So this is good news. Bitcoin was up about 4% to trade at 44,231. It's still below a key mark of 50,000 and quite far away from its record high of 63,000. Ethereum soared 6.6% and was trading at 3137. Crypto traders should be ecstatic after hearing that it has become increasingly normal to hear big names now entering into the digital sector. This guy again from AvaTrade. One example he gave is of investment management firm Invesco, which is working on creating crypto products for its consumer base. It's partnering with Galaxy Digital to offer digital products backed by physical assets. Yeah, it's awesome to see what's going on. The sports world is heavily supportive of cryptocurrencies. The company manages 1.5 trillion worth of assets around the world, manages ETFs and index strategies worth about 470 billion. However, Mike Novogratz, CEO of Galaxy Digital, said he expects the regulatory environment around digital assets to be extremely fickle over the next year. Continue. He's not the only one with concerns about regulators. Bridgewater Associates, Ray Dalio. Yeah, we already went over that. Meanwhile, Emily Chi, Coinbase's COO, confirmed rumors that her company is working on a proposal to lawmakers outlining how the crypto markets should be regulated. The proposal, according to her, is aimed at achieving transparency and integrity in the blockchain sector. She also said regulations potentially governing crypto markets should ensure fairness and equal opportunity for both crypto and financial services. Boo! Oh, wow. Inflation is hitting chicken growers to the point they're not pulling in profit. They received a 0.1 per pound raise. So one penny per pound raise, and that's not helping. Yeah, they probably have to pay more for feed and everything. Judge denied Ripple access to the SEC employees' private investment settlement soon on lawsuit. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that Ripple lawsuit, that's for sure. But I think that in the end, it's gonna be good for Ripple and XRP. Continue. FedEx just painted a disturbing picture of this job market. Let's see it. Do a read-through of the disappointing earnings report out of FedEx on Tuesday night, and you get the sense non-farm payrolls reports for the rest of 2021 may surprise economists to the downside. The problem, one that may be getting worse per FedEx, finding humans to accept jobs in a very tight labor market, even at higher rates than what the specific job would have paid months ago. The impact of constrained labor markets remains the biggest issue facing our business, as with many other companies around the world, and was the key driver of our lower than expected results in the first quarter. FedEx CEO Raj Subramaniam, hope I said that correctly, told analysts on the earnings call. Continue. FedEx said its quarterly results were drilled by $450 million due to labor shortages alone. Notably, at its ground segment, the company estimated a shocking 600,000 packages across FedEx network are being rerouted because of the inability to find labor. Those processing bottlenecks stand to wreak havoc on the holiday season if FedEx is unable to address the worker shortage, which increasingly appears unlikely. To illustrate the point on its labor challenges, FedEx shared the current state of play at one of its facilities in Portland, Oregon. Shocker. Continue. Our Portland, Oregon hub is running at approximately 65% of the staffing needed to handle its normal volume. I wonder why. This staffing shortage has pronounced impact on the operations, which results in our teams diverting 25% of the volume that would normally flow through this hub because it simply cannot be processed efficiently to meet our service standards. Yeah, if I lived in Portland, I don't know. And in this case, the volume that diverted must be rerouted and processed, which drives inefficiencies in our operations and in turn higher costs. These inefficiencies include adding incremental line haul and delivery routes, meaning more miles driven and higher use of third-party transportation to enable us to bypass Portland entirely. Now that's merely one example. One example is that the street is clearly concerned about stands to morph into litany of examples come peak holiday shipping season. It'll be interesting to see what happens there once people start buying, gifts for Christmas and things like that. In Wednesday's trading, as investors digested the lackluster earnings day, rival UPS also fell 2% in sympathy as traders braced for a similar warning from the company on its upcoming earnings day. Although my Amazon deliveries, or the Amazon deliveries even that we get at the office, have been coming quicker than they were last year, that's for sure. Yeah, they're working around Portland, Oregon. Continue. Biden to tap crypto big bank critic to run Wall Street watchdog. Let's see the article. President Joe Biden plans to nominate a law professor who has criticized cryptocurrencies and advocated for the government to have a much bigger role in banking to run a top Wall Street regulator. Saul Omarova, who has said she wants to end banking as we know it, will be tapped to run the office of the comptroller. I think it's hilarious that Biden got money from all these lobbyists, all these firms on Wall Street, whatever. He got all this Wall Street money for his campaign. And now he's stabbing every single one of them in the back. It'll be tapped as soon as this week, according to 3 people familiar with the nomination process who asked not to be named before a White House announcement. The OCC supervises the nation's the biggest lenders, including JP Morgan, Bank of America, and Citigroup. Picking Omarova, who teaches at Cornell University Law School, is a shot across the bow for Wall Street as she's expected to pursue a tougher oversight and stricter rules. The pick also raises questions about whether the Biden administration would support Omarova's agenda if she pursues some of her most radical positions, such as moving consumer banking to the Federal Reserve from private institutions. Now, this right here is an article from Bloomberg, who are usually not not critical at all of any picks that the Biden administration has made, especially for the SEC or any Wall Street regulator, financial regulators. But this one they're concerned with for some reason. Continue. She's also cited the rapid rise of cryptocurrencies as benefiting mainly the dysfunctional financial system we already have. How? This doesn't even make sense. Omarova contends that digital tokens threaten to destabilize the economy and are vulnerable to abuse by private firms at the expense of public safeguards. There's so many people, so many young people, millennials, Gen Zs, that have become millionaires because of cryptocurrencies. It's not mainly benefiting the dysfunctional financial system. It's, whatever. Omarova didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. The White House declined to comment. Omarova may face a tough confirmation fight as Democrats have a razor-thin majority in the Senate. Banks, which are big donors to both political parties, will likely lobby aggressively against her candidacy. So who wants to take a bet that she's not going to make it? The Biden administration has so far struggled to fill the OCC job. Earlier this year, the White House was forced to drop previous candidates, including a former Treasury official who drew opposition from progressive Democrats. Michael Su, former Fed official, has been running the OCC on an acting basis since May. I think, a Cornell radical liberal is shocker, isn't it? Who's making these picks? I don't think Biden is, honestly. Yeah, that's right. Eric said it correctly. It's only dysfunctional because they can't control it. Omarova, Joey said, if I wrote the article, Omarova, a bootlicking communist, hopes to usher in the rise of communism and destroy Americans' hopes for individual investments and private money. Oh, man. Continue. Rubini says he's Dr. Realized by warning of a global debt trap. Let's see this article real quick. Nouriel Rubini, renowned for foreseeing the mortgage collapse that helped produce the 2008 financial crisis, said the post-pandemic world seems to be heading toward a repeat. They call him Dr. Doom. Continue. My concern is that we're in a debt trap, Rubini, chairman and chief executive officer of Rubini Macro Associates, said in an exclusive interview on Bloomberg TV at the Greenwich Economic Forum in Connecticut. When central banks are going to want to essentially phase out unconventional monetary policy, given the debt ratios, there's a risk of a crash in the bond market, in the credit market, in the stock market, in the economy, and therefore they'll be in that debt trap and unable to normalize policy rates. When the COVID-19 pandemic started to strangle the global economy, easy monetary policies and stimulative fiscal policies were seen as necessary to backstop the financial system. But the results have been extreme. Continue. We're in a debt supercycle, and eventually central banks are in a trap. People said they're going to normalize policy rates, but with these levels of private and public debt, if they're trying to do that, there will be a market crash, an economic crash, and therefore, I think the path of least resistance is going to be, listen to this, I think the path of least resistance is going to be to wipe out the real value of nominal debt at fixed interest rates with higher inflation. Interesting. Isn't that what's going on right now? Over time and inevitably, he sees higher interest rates and slower growth with the potential for stagflation. Such a dire scenario is why Rubini is sometimes known as Dr. Doom. He offered a different name, Dr. Realist. For cryptocurrencies, I have Coinbase, and then I have a hardware wallet too. Oh man, what's that company called? Trezor. 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 Is that right? Can you guys look that up? Trezor, T-R-E. I think it's trezor.io. I know it's something.io. Trezor. And see if that's a hardware wallet that I use. And then I use Uphold, I use Coinbase, and I use Qcoin for cryptocurrencies. Qcoin for trading more risky crypto assets, and then Uphold I have because of XRP, and that's where I've been buying most of my cryptocurrencies. And then once I reach a certain level on those, I move them into my hardware wallet. Stock Market Samurai. Oh, you saw that? Yeah, he asked me to make that video. Is that right? Trezor? Okay. Yeah, it's like got like a touchscreen. I've got the older one that doesn't have a touchscreen. Yeah, but that's a hardware wallet that I store cryptocurrencies on. So those are the crypto wallet that I recommend. Those are the ones that I use. I'm sure there's others out there. I just haven't used them. Let's go to the AMC article real quick. AMC Theaters explores accepting Dogecoin. CEO fascinated by Doge poll results.
Oh yeah.
And that chair scares me every single time that thing goes off. Continue. AMC Theaters chain is exploring how to accept Dogecoin alongside 4 other cryptocurrencies. AMC CEO conducted a poll on Twitter and was overwhelmed by the results and enthusiasm of the Dogecoin community. It's clear that you think AMC should accept Dogecoin. Now we need to figure out how to do that. Following the announcement that AMC Entertainment Holdings will accept Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Ether for payments, CEO Adam Aaron set up a poll on Twitter to ask the crypto community if his company should also accept the popular meme cryptocurrency Dogecoin. Continue. AMC Entertainment is the largest movie exhibition company in US, Europe, and the world. Why not just say the world? As of March 31st, AMC owned or operated approximately 950 theaters and 10,500 screens globally. I sincerely want to hear your opinion via this Twitter poll. By the year-end 2021, AMC will take Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash for online payments. I hear that many on my Twitter feed, we should also accept Dogecoin. Do you think AMC should accept Dogecoin? According to the poll results, 68.1% said yes. A further 8.6% supported the addition of Dogecoin as a payment method, but said they won't use it. Only 23.3% said no. Those are the Bitcoiners, hardcore Bitcoiners, that said it. Continue. So there you have it. 68.1% won Dogecoin. And the NBA team Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban said that Dogecoin was the strongest cryptocurrency for payments. Well, but he only owns $380-something worth of it. So he needs to buy some more before we start believing him on Dogecoin. Ledger Nano X is a good hardware wallet as well. That and Trezor are the top ones. So that's another one, Ledger Nano X. That would be for if you want to store your cryptocurrency. It's just like storing it on a USB, basically. That way you don't have it on the platforms, on those cryptocurrency wallets, Coinbase, whatever. When's a good time to level to move into crypto wallet? It's probably different for everyone. I think it just depends on how much of your crypto assets you would like to have liquid, because you won't be able to sell it as quickly, because you'll have to move it over to an exchange and then trade it on there. I know, please keep the questions coming for sure. Let's go over the stocks for today. So I've got 3 for today: low, medium, and high. The low is Caterpillar. Caterpillar is the world's largest producer. We've had this one before, of earth-moving equipment, as well as a major manufacturer of mining and construction equipment. They've been doing fairly well this year, but their company, their shares have gone down. They were trading right around $200 a share. Let me see where they're at right now. This is low risk, yes. They're trading at 195. So they were trading at around 190. Now they're up to 195. But I'm looking for a good entry point into CAT, and I will keep you all updated on that. I'm thinking I might actually buy some shares at this level, and then if it keeps going down, I'll buy a little bit more. But this is one that I've been looking at because it's a solid company, huge company, and it's been around for a long time. For a hardware wallet, it just keeps your cryptocurrency off those exchanges. So like with Webull or Coinbase, you can buy cryptocurrencies on there, but once you hit a certain amount, you might not want to keep that whole amount on that exchange. So you move it off the exchange and into a hardware wallet, which is like a USB. And yes, Charles is right. The crypto exchanges get hacked. So there's a chance that at some point, there might be a hack, and it could take some time for you to get your cryptocurrency back. And then with some of the ones that's why I like the major ones, the major cryptocurrency exchanges, because the smaller ones get hacked and then you don't get your cryptos back. And then it's like, investigations and things like that. Prepare for like a market downturn. You can play the market, whether it's going up or whether it's going down. So you can make money either way on the market. That's why it's good, even when like what we saw on Tuesday. You never want to freak out. You always just want to stay calm, because there's money to be made on the downside with even with some of those 3x inverse ETFs for the S&P and the Russell and the Dow Jones that you can trade, or you can even buy. If you think the market's going to go down, if you think a certain company is going to go way down, you can buy options that bet against the market, which would be a put option, and you can make money that way. So you can always make money in the market, whether it's going up or whether it's going down. Digital wallets. Trust Wallet is free and accepts obscure crypto. It's also backed by Binance. XRP just touched $1. Man, XRP's cruising. That's good. Medium is Take-Two Interactive. I talked about this one in the beginning of August. I was looking for some gaming stocks, and I was going to get into this one, but I held off. And it actually went almost down to its 52-week low. It's up a little bit today. I mean, the whole market's up. It's cruising today. I should have bought in, but I'm looking for a good entry point on this one as well. There's still a potential risk with Take-Two. It's TTWO for the ticker symbol. TTWO. for Take-Two Interactive. They're the ones that make Max Payne, GTA, Red Dead Redemption. That's the company that makes those games. So there's a couple of risks with this company. The crackdown in China, a flop of one of their games. The continued delay of the release of GTA 6 might also be a risk for them, but they have made some hints that they are working on it. So that would be one of the reasons why I look to get into it, because that's one of the biggest gaming franchises of all time, if not the biggest. So Take-Two Interactive, TTWO for medium. Still looking at that one. I see it's up about 2% today. I think if it goes down into the 130s, that's when I'll buy that one. Then for high risk, BBIG. BBIG. I came across this one this morning, and so I was looking into it. Down about 3.5% today. It's an acquisitions company which is focused on digital media and content technologies. It has recently had a huge spike. It went from $3 to over $10, but has since come down. Right now it's at $6.34. I like this stock because of its high short interest, so there's a potential for a short squeeze. I just added to my high risk watch list with the potential for a short squeeze to make some profits. It's also had a huge amount of options interest, but there's hardly any value in it, just beyond keeping an eye on it for a short squeeze. I might buy an options contract on this one. So BBIG for high risk. BB up over 13%. When did you buy into BlackBerry? I bought in it. I made some losses on BlackBerry. I was trading it back in February during that whole. Oh wow. They're 1082 now. I was trading it back in February, and it was not a good idea to trade it right when it was spiking like that. Did Magala set the new baby up in the Dave Portnoy safe mattress? I mean, I don't think so. FCEL. Have I had that one before on here? That sounds familiar. I'm gonna have to look at it again. But the last time I looked at it, it looks like I didn't like it that much. So it would just be if there's like short interest on it. FCEL 1320. Oh wow, yeah, you're close to making up your losses then. Getting close. All right. Now, for your gift of any size today, we've got a new shirt. So if you would like to donate, partner with Revival today, we've got a new shirt for you today. Buy the dip. Check the market shirt.
Oh yeah.
With yours truly, with my mug on it. So if you would like to have this shirt, check the market. Look at that.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Bethany is terrified. Yes, that is me. Brennan did a great job. There it is. So if you would like to donate today, we will send this shirt to you. Buy the dip shirt. Check the market shirt. I do not want that shirt in this house. Well, too bad, because it will be. I will be wearing this proudly. So there's our newest Check the Market shirt. And if you would like it, partner with us. Donate today. And you can do so by going to revivaltoday.com and click Give Now. You can do hashtag donate on Facebook. Text RT to 50155. You can do a Cash App $RT Give or Venmo at RT Give. Revivaltoday.com/PayPal. We also accept cryptocurrencies. You can scan that QR code that's going to come up on your screen right there. Right there. There we go. And we accept all sorts of cryptocurrencies. If there's any cryptocurrencies that are not available, you can call our office at 412-446-2332, and we'll just have to do a manual transaction. We also accept checks. You can send those to revivaltoday.com. Revival Today, P.O. Box 7, Prosperity, Pennsylvania, 15329. And then don't forget to claim your offer, which is the Buy the Dip Check the Market shirt. Limited edition at revivaltoday.com/offer. Wear it to Becca's wedding. I might do that. Just put a suit jacket over it. All right, everyone. Make sure you make it out to our Evangelist Jonathan's meetings in Harrisburg this weekend. Harrisburg First Assembly, 4100 North Progress Avenue, Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. and then Sunday at 10:30 and 6 p.m. And then also make sure, that's this weekend, also make sure to tune into Revival Today live at 11 a.m. coming up in a couple minutes here with Evangelist Jonathan. And then at 4 p.m. live with Maddie Ortiz. Check the news tonight at 10 p.m. Tomorrow morning at 7:30, morning prayer with Evangelist Kofi. And then check the market again at 9:20 a.m. with yours truly. And I will see you all tomorrow. Go out there, make some money today. Looks like the market is still cranking. We've made up the losses. Yeah, at this point, the losses have been made up over the last, from Tuesday. So go out there, make some money today, and I will see you all tomorrow. See ya.